armchair quarterbacks, Social Security insolvency, and the impending Civil World War. That's right, I'm doing cold opens now. Welcome to the Grumpy Snail Podcast. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the studio. Welcome back to the podcast. Thank you for joining me today. If you like these videos, make sure you click the like button. Make sure you share these videos and also subscribe to this channel right here on YouTube. And if you have any suggestions or questions that you would like to ask, there's a comment section right down below where you can put those things. I try to upload every Sunday at noon. And of course, you know, with the new family, kind of sometimes makes things difficult to keep to that schedule. But we're going to do it, right? We're going to get it done. That's right. And yeah, welcome back to the podcast with your host, me, Jonathan Snyder, here at the Grumpy Snail Podcast. Okay? Before I get started, again, eventually this whole thing is going to Rumble. YouTube is old news. Rumble is new news. I don't care what you're saying out there, guy. You know who you are. It's going to Rumble. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what the views are or whatever. Okay, YouTube is a censorship nut job, and if we're gonna be free, we gotta be able to work on a free platform. So my videos are up on Rumble. Go check them out. I've got to get more of my whatever you call it. I need to get more work done over on the Rumble channel, but go over there and watch over there as well. Today's topic, which was actually a request, because apparently some people are actually starting to watch my podcast. But today we're going to talk about armchair quarterbacks. Yes, those backseat drivers. Don't you just hate those hindsight critics, those Nosey Parkers, these busybodies? These people just sit around telling you how to do your life better, how you should put your videos on YouTube, and how you should put The Judge on Amazon Prime, and you should write this script or that script, or you should finish The Judge Part 3, or you should write a feature film, or you should do this video or do that video on YouTube. All the while these people aren't offering anything at all to help or even be available for these things, and they don't even watch my videos, for God's sake. Steven, you don't even watch my videos. People should play more music. Well, you can't monetize those videos when you play other people's music. They have copywritten music. I did write a part 3 for The Judge. I wrote it like 3 years ago. All right, I wrote it back like right after. Actually, if I remember correctly, I lost the final scenes to that script, but I was writing it as we were filming the second one. So, and it's like a full 90-minute feature film. But guess what? Half the actors are gone, all right? Because that's what happens when you can't pay people. They move on with their lives. And speaking of paying, who's going to pay for all of this stuff? You know how much it costs just to make those little short film things that I was making? I personally paid for all that, okay? It cost nearly $100, all right, in material just to print off the copies of the script for all those actors. You don't even watch my videos, Steven, okay? You don't even watch my videos. And you know, a rant like that seems kind of trivial considering that our whole entire civilization, you know, is collapsing around us. Normal everyday people may not see it or they may be ignoring it, but it's happening, okay, whether they are aware of it or not. It doesn't matter if we're talking about culturally, socially, economically, governmentally, or globally. We as citizens, as human beings, are being divided. Okay, we're being divided along racial lines, we're being divided along gender lines, political lines, ideological lines, and while all this is happening, the whole entire system and economy is collapsing around us. All right, the inflation rate is the highest it's been in 40 years. Now, some people, I will not mention names, Joe Biden, will argue, well, it's 9% and now it's at 6%. So inflation is going down. Well, not if you take into account that this is a year-over-year rate. So it's not 6%. Okay, it's 6% on top of the other 6, 7, 8%, on top of the other 6, 7, or 8%. Okay, this is compounded year over year, and the bank system is in the midst of a total collapse. The whole thing is built on no foundation, so it's going to collapse. That's how it works. The whole modern monetary theory, and I didn't know this, but we can apparently back in 2020 or somewhere along those lines, we completely got rid of the fractional reserve system and just went with just print money and give it out or whatever. Just give out all the monies. All the monies give out, and you can't hold these things together with bandages. Like they tried to do in 2008. Obviously, because we're still in the exact same situation we were then. You remember how the president tried to claim how Moody's said his economic policies were great. Moody's said that. Well, yeah, guess what else Moody's said? They've downgraded our banking system. They say the wages are up and wages are up. They just keep saying that. Yeah, not hardly. Higher wages are irrelevant when the prices are higher and much higher than what the wages are. They point at things like low unemployment, except they certainly don't count the people who have given up on looking for work. Those people aren't counted on the unemployment number. They don't count the people who pick up a second or third or fourth job just so they can cover the rising costs of living. All right. Now, usually when things get bad like this, the people will gather together, right? And they'll protest or they'll throw a fit. They'll they'll stage a revolution like what's going on in France right now. What's always going on in France, because if somebody likes the revolution, it's those people in France. But people are too worried here about what gender they identify as, or who they voted for, or what race they are. We all just need to gather together and realize that as a people, most of us all want the same things. We just want to be able to live our lives and be left alone. All right? Now, there's a small group, but they're there, of authoritarian fascists that just want to impose their views on everybody else. What they say goes. Okay? And that only ever ends one way, always has, and that's badly. All right? So that's going to be it for this week. Thank you for joining me for this rather short podcast, but podcast nonetheless. With your host, me, Jonathan Snyder, here on Grumpy Snail Podcast. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for listening. If you like this video, make sure you click that like button. Make sure you share the video. And make sure you subscribe to my channel to see more nonsense like this. Because where else are you going to see somebody sit in a chair and talk to a microphone and a camera? Okay? So, also, make sure you head on over to Rumble and support the channel there. Because we're moving to Rumble. It's going to happen. And it's going to be big. All right? I got big things in the works. I'm actually, I don't know. I kind of get excited. I go through these bouts where I get excited about things. And I think I'm really gonna like push the channel into a direction where it'll get big or bigger than 7 views a video. But then it's a fleeting moment. But make sure you tune in. I got a video in the works right now for next Sunday. Make sure you tune in Sunday at noon to see that. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for watching. Good night. God bless. And Godspeed.